Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. I'm Joss Russell here in Ojales, and we are the Group 1 reporter. And now we're going to discuss to you about the types, characteristics, and identification of a gifted and a talented learners. But before we start our discussion about the definition of a giftedness and five characteristics of a diverse definition of giftedness, I'm going to differentiate between the gifted learners and the talented learners. So, gifted refers to a natural exceptional ability or potential in one or more domains. However, talented learners describe highly developed honed skills in a specific area, which may result from developing those gifts through practice and effort. So, gifted is mo ni si imuhang natural self. Natural self nga inborn ka or inborn ka nga high IQ or intellectual quotient or na kay ability to um, perform like ngani experiments then makasolve ka og any nga mga problems. However, the talented is you need an effort or practice para makakuha ka og makuha nimo ang highly maabot nimo ang standards as a talented, or like just like this they are playing guitar, painting, skating, or even playing soccer. So these are the examples of the talented and the gifted learners. So when we say gifted is mo na imong natural self, mo ning naa na jud na nimo. When we say talented is ang talented is wa na nimo pero ug imo nang i-practice or imo nang i-develop, then it will become talented, or you will be called a talented learner. Then here are the learners who are gifted and talented also have special needs. So even though they are gifted and talented, but also they have different special needs. So which when not properly addressed may lead to deleterious consequences. So if di na to as a elementary teacher, if di na nito maagapan ang mga gifted or talented learners, then it can cause a harm for them. So thus, in order to maximize their learning, it is important to recognize gifted and talented learners. So we must, as an teacher, as a teacher in elementary, so we just recognize and acknowledge those learners who are gifted and talented. This chapter introduces the concept giftedness and various meaning attached to it. The different characteristics and profiles of gifted and talented learners are described, and ways to identify them are presented. And now I'm going to define the definitions of giftedness. What is giftedness? The term gifted or talented convey different meaning to different people. So, as napun ko, na-confuse ko sa gifted and talented. Although they have a lot of similarities, but also there have differences. So mo nang pag mo view tang mga different people, so they have different meaning about or definition about the gifted and the talented learners. So indeed, even among experts, the use of this term is ambiguous and inconsistent. So when we say ambiguous is inconsistent or dili, or even dili pa siya debatable pa siya, or wa pa siya exact nga word or definition about the gifted and the talented. And there is not one uniform definition that is universally accepted. So there is no universally definition about the gifted and the talented that is talented. And there is not one uniform definition that is universally accepted. So there is no universally definition about the gifted and the talented that is accepted universally. So nevertheless, it is considered acceptable to use terms and interchangeably, such as when we say gifted learners or even talented learners, um, pertaining to the same person according to David Rem and Selgel 2024 for uniformity in terminology in this chapter. This chapter about the gifted and the talented is we will refer to a gifted and talented learners as gifted learners, and we will refer to their characteristics as giftedness. So matong na ang kining gifted and talented learners is na-refer siya sa characteristics into giftedness. And here are diverse definition given to the giftedness can be placed under 5 categories. And these are the after the fact definitions. And the second one is the IQ or the intellectual quotient definitions. And the third one is percentage definition. And the fourth one is talent definition. And the last one is the creativity definitions. Number 1 is after the fact definition. Those who consistently perform outstandingly and achieve in a valuable area are considered gifted or even talented. So, kisa ko na to'y consistently nga maka-perform og outstanding, then it can considered gifted or talented. So, examples of valuable areas where individuals might be considered gifted or talented, there are 3 examples. Here are academic excellency in subjects like mathematics, literature, science, and history. So it might be considered as talented or a gifted learners. And the second one is the arts, demonstrating exceptional ability in music, sculpture, dance, or even writing. Mo considered po siya og gifted and talented learners. And the last one is sports, showing remarkable skill and athletic prowess in a particular sports. So that 3 is the examples of considered gifted or talented in the after the fact definitions. And the second one is the IQ definition. Those who get a score above a certain cut-off point in an intelligent test are considered gifted or even talented. It is the one who most popularity definition of giftedness despite the following limitations. So, og kisa ko to'y makakuha og scores nga dako like ma-reach niya ang goal or ma-bullet niya ang scores, it might considered siya nga as a talented or a gifted learner. And the third one is a percentage definition. Percentage definition, those who are belong to a fixed proportion that a school district seats are considered gifted or even talented learners. So, however, this can be very arbitrary, as schools district may set different percentage that they considered gifted. Moreover, it is easily be misunderstood as the school district having, for instance, 5% of students who are gifted, when this is actually predetermined percentage set by the school district. And the fourth one, we have the talent definition. Talent definition, those who excel in specific aesthetics. Examples are art, music, academic, math, science. Areas are considered gifted or even talented. So, isa to mag-perform og arts, just like in the picture, arts, or the music, they are playing music, who can playing music, and solve math, and can solve science too, and it considered be a gifted or talented learners. And the last but not the least is the creativity definition. Those who those who possess superior creativity abilities are considered gifted or even talented. However, whether creativity is acceptable selections criterion for giftedness is still debatable. So, kisa to mga creative or creative learners, and they have creative abilities, learners are considered gifted. However, this creativity definitions is still debatable, or this giftedness is still debatable. Why this giftedness is still debatable? And here are some reasons why this giftedness still debatable. Defining the measuring creativity is difficult. Just like unlike IQ, academic achievement, creativity is harder to quantify and assess objectively. The second is creativity is not always apparent in traditional setting. Highly creative individuals may not always excel in traditional school setting that emphasizes rote learning and conformity. That's all. And that's the diverse definition of giftedness. The after the fact definition, IQ definitions, percentage definition, talent definition, and creativity. So, as a future elementary teacher, so if I encounter those learners have gifted and talented, so I might be assessing them or scaffolding their knowledge and helping them to provide their special needs. Thank you.
So, good day. I am Mary Rose Cristiong, and I am reporting the importance of recognizing gifted learners. So, recognizing gifted learners is crucial because it allows teachers to meet their unique needs and helps them reach their full potentials. When gifted students are properly identified, they stay motivated and engaged, or preventing boredom and underachievement. Their abilities are matured is allowing them to develop talents and creativity. Next is frustration and behavioral issues are reduced as they feel challenged and supported. Better classroom relationships are built is improving cooperation with peers and teachers. And last is they receive appropriate opportunities such as enrichment activities and advanced learning programs. So ang kaning importance of recognizing learners, gifted learners is it is very important because it ensures that their unique abilities and needs are supported. Or it allows the teachers to meet their unique needs. So dinhi mahibuan sa mga teachers kung isa sila ilang uniqueness na ilang ikuan para ma-fulfill ang potential sa mga students. And also it maximizes their potential. Gifted learners are often learn faster and think more deeply than their peers. Recognizing them to allow teachers to provide advanced materials enrichment activities and opportunities that are change their thinking and help them reach their full potential. And it also prevents underachievement. Like if gifted students are not recognized, they may become bored in class, lose motivation, or even perform below their abilities. So if kanang wag imong taganod imong mga students o kana bitang dili ma-meet ilang expectations, of course maka feel sila bored sa imong imuhang gipang tudlo, or kanang malose motivation sila kay wala nila ma-meet ang ilang expectations. And also provide social and emotional support. Gifted learners sometimes feel different from others their age, which can lead them to isolation or anxiety. So kani po importance of recognizing gifted learners, it mo provide po this social and emotional support kay as what it said nga ang gifted learners makafeel pud ko na ni sila og kanang different from others kay nganong ingani nganong mas advanced sila, nganong mas ingani sila other compared to other students. Of course makafeel silang mag-isolate sila og anxiety. In order to this makahibaw ta og unsa na pagka pag kanang kuan sa ilaha nga pag-explain or paghatag og motivations to para dili sila maka-feel og lahi sila sa uban. And also it encourages creativity and innovation. Gifted learners often have unique ideas and strong problem-solving skills. Supporting them can lead innovations, leadership skills, and contribution that benefit the wider community. So, kani mag-encourage ko na ng creativity and innovation so that ang learners ko na makakuha sila ka ng unique and ideas and strong problem-solving skills. So, next is, anhin na po ta sa characteristics of gifted learners. Characteristic of gifted learners. So, gifted learners show a mix of intellectual, non-intellectual, and personality traits. So, ang kaning non-intellectual intellectuality, ang intellectual characteristics is they process information faster, think deeply, and enjoy exploring complex ideas. Their curiosity drives them to ask questions and seek meaningful learning experiences. So, sila, ang kaning intellectual, makakuha ni si Jod ka ng, makating sila o paspas, makakuha sila mga process informations mas dali. An example for this is exceptional reasoning ability and quick learning. So, dali ra sila maka-learn, maka-cope up. Sunod, strong curiosity and vivid imaginations. So, kaning ilang pagka-strong curiosity, makabuild din silang mga different imaginations. Complex, analytical, and creative thinking. So, ang kaning kuan is maka-create sila mga para din ng mga vivid imaginations, maka-create sila dali nga kuan. Maka-analyze sila dali. Deep reflection and early moral concern, passion for learning, and high concentration and keen sense of justice. So next is non-intellectual characteristics. Non-intellectually is their behavior can sometimes look challenging, being argumentative, competitive, or distracted. But this often comes from boredom or needing more stimulations. For kaning non-intellectually, masud na yung being argumentative sa usa ka gifted students, pailang pagka-competitive or distracted. So, an example for this is they may not follow rules, can be argumentative. Kaning dili sila mosunod sa mga rules sa usa ka classroom. Kay it can be argumentative. Tends to tune out or be overly competitive. So, na over nilang pagka-competitive sa being kanang gifted students. They easily excited, sharp sense of humor. So, mas advanced ni sila. And can become a compulsive collector. Next is the personality traits. Personality traits is a personally wise, which they may be perfectionist, very sensitive, or prefer to work alone. They often question rules and seek logical explanations because they want to understand things fully. So kaning personality traits is very sensitive na ni sila, very sensitive na gifted learners. Kanang gusto nila nga they prefer to work alone, dili sila gusto nga naay kauban kay gusto nila sila ng isa. Also, nasud pud diani ang mga perfectionist kay kuan man sila. An example for this is insightful and seeks mental stimulation. Perfectionist demands logical explanations. Sensitive, intense, and persistent. May question authority and prefer independence and sometimes introverted. So, mas prefer nila maging independent sila kaysa sa mag-catch up sila with other peers bitaw. And sometimes kaling mga inani is kanang introverted sila. Naso na ni mga pagka-introverted nila kay malagi ni kanang murag basi maka-feel sila nga lahi na sila sa ubang students or unsa pa ana. So they can feel sometimes introverted. So personality-wise is a gifted learner is insightful. The learner may have a strong need to understand and to be stimulated mentally. There is also possibility towards perfectionism, and one may demand explanations as to why things work the way they do to it. So, mo nang ang personality traits. And assessing giftedness may be challenging, and one might have to look beyond factors such as disruptive behavior, negative attitude, weakness in learning, poor match of student with the teacher, and students' lack of effort. These factors may be misconstrued as problematic, but are in fact merely manifestations of giftedness that is not properly addressed. Moreover, other factors such as culture and poverty must be considered with assessing a learner for giftedness. So, ang kani usahay jud sa kuan is ang sa giftedness is kailangan jud ka ng tingnan ang higit pa sa mga karang paging mga negative nga pananaw sa ilang mga ilang kahinaan sa pagkatuto kay mo lagi kay naiuban na giftedness na advanced na sila na payuban nga kuan sila. So as a teacher we should know nga sa ilahang kaning katong ilahang klase-klase nga pagka-giftedness. And the last key point is these behaviors may be mistaken for misbehavior, laziness, or defiance. Proper assessment is needed considering culture and environment so their potential is nurtured instead of overlooked. So ang kani as a teacher, it also kani mga behaviors also mistaken kay tungod sa ilang pagka-laziness, pagka ilang mga misbehavior, sa ilang mga nakuan na nila. So ang need jud is a proper assessment para mag-consider ka sa ilang culture and environment, sa ilang nadak-an kay kuan ko sila nadak-an dapat mahibaw-an pud nato sa ilang environment nga gikadak-an nila so that their potential is nurtured instead of kaning overlooked.
Good day everyone, good day ma'am. I am here in front of you to discuss the other part of our report, which is profiles of gifted learners. So, what does it mean to have a talent? You might think it's having to have a very high IQ or being a child genius, like a lot of other people. And while it's true that people who fit into these categories can be called gifted, you should also know that there are many other types of giftedness that often underlooked and undervalued. So, Betts and Hart, 2004 and 2017, did a profiling of gifted, talented, and creative learners and were able to arrive at 6 types. These are the following. So, the first type is called the successful. Most gifted and talented learners fall under this type. This type of learner discovers what sells at home and at school. This learner is a convergent thinker who learns easily and excels at exams, one who is eager to gain the approval of parents and teachers and to be liked by peers. This learner also possesses positive self-concept but is unaware of deficiencies. So, this type, the successful type is called kanang mga learners ng mga more on people pleaser. To gain the approval of their parents, peers, and teachers, they tend to be they tend to be the one who excels in every activities, exams, and the first one to kanang bitaw makapasok una sa mga project because of the kanang pressure of their parents, peers, and the teachers. That's why they tend to be the one who excels in exams. These talented learners called the successful. So the second type is the creative. This learner is divergently gifted. However, it can be challenging when these learners' needs are not met. There is a tendency for one to unidentified, question authority, and be non-conforming. Due to the little recognition this type of learner receives, one usually experiences self-esteem issues and is at a high risk for eventual dropout from school. So the second type, this type of learners are the hard to please one. These people aren't afraid to question authority and challenge others. So these learners are kabitang way kahadlok nga mo ug sa kintay na mga rules sa eskwelahan. They tend to be the one who challenge the the authority. Many type 2s are unhappy with school because it limits their creativity and feel like their skills are being ignored and keeps them from reaching their full potential. Kung walay kanbitang way good influence sa ilaha or walay support system, they like to get into trouble or mo kanbitang likely nga mo drop out sa school. So this type of learners are lahi man kanang diverging, mga gifted, lahi-lagi. That's why we need a flexible and encouraging approach and give them opportunities to express their creativity and solve big problems by letting them work on projects related to their interest. So that's the type 2 called the creative. Next is called the type 3, the underground. So due to social pressure, this learner may hide giftedness in order to fit in with non-gifted peer groups. This could lead to a sudden decline in grades, and learner may experience conflict between one's needs and the expectations of one's parents and teachers. So this type of learner is kanang due sa ilang pressure, kanang bitang this learner tend to be kanang itabo ilang mga kakayahan just to feel nga makatagida mo fit in sila sa ilang mga amigo nga not like them nga di sila mga gifted, which is maglisod aron di siya maglisod nga fit in sa iyang mga kauban, mga peers. So ijang itabo ijang identity nga mga siya na nga mga activity just to fit in with their kanang mga people nga surrounding sa media. And also to meet the expectations of their parents and teachers. So type 4 called the at-risk. The giftedness needs this learner have not been met, resulting to defensiveness and anger toward adults or oneself. This could lead to symptoms of depression and withdrawal as well as acting out. This learner usually develop interests that are outside of the school's regular curriculum and has a poor self-concept. So, similar to sa type 2s, ang type 4 at the at-risk is type 4 struggles with their self-esteem. Because they feel rejected and appreciated by others, these learners need a lot of emotional support and flexibility. Teachers need to provide innovative learning pathways. So, kani nga learner is because of bitang na sila kanang gusto nga pabuhaton, kahit ang ilang mga activity nga gustong buhaton is wala sa ilang curricular, which is curriculum. Rather, wa sa ilang curriculum sa ilang eskwelahan. So, murag ma-feel nila na di sila bitaw belong. That's why di magma-feel bitaw nila nga ma-left out sila, kanang uban nga murag ma-depress sila kay mas kanang ma-feel nila nga di sila belong, kanang lahi sila sa uban, and then wa bitaw sila murag tagaan ang pansin sa ilang eskwelahan. Next is the type 5. Type 5 or the twice exceptional. This learner possesses giftedness at the same time as being physically or emotionally challenged. Because of learning abilities or poor verbal abilities, this learner is not typically identified as gifted. Since school programs usually do not attend to this learner's needs, it could lead to one being discouraged, frustrated, rejected, helpless, powerless, or being isolated. So, kanina, this type of learners is also called a double label gifted student, which is this type of having learning problems like dyslexia, for example, is kanangay ilang talent is gusto sila magbasa-basa o mga stories, but because of their kanangay na sila disability nga di sila kakita, that's called the double label gifted, which is anad sila done apart, but because of their disabilities, one disabilities in their body di sila makita, murag mo'y hindrance sa ilang abilities nga mubasa. So mo nang murag ma-feel nila nga ma-frustrated, kanang feel nila is kanang kuwang sila sa ilang kuan nga di siya maka-abot sa iyang full potential because of that certain disabilities. So the last type is called the autonomous learner. This learner adapts easily to the school system and is able to create oneself new opportunities. This learner has positive self-concept and receives positive attention and support for one's accomplishments rather. Moreover, this learner receives positive regard from adults and peers and is often put in leadership roles. This learner is independent and self-directed, which is usually an end goal for all learners. So this type of learners are self-motivated, independent, and know how to manage themselves. They're gifted because they just don't go good at schools, but they also know how to lead and explore their new interests. So kanya learner is bitaw na they are gifted, but bitaw na mo na leader sa eskwelahan nila. Bitaw na they are the learners who are independent. They know how to be independent. And kung bitaw na basta na opportunities sa eskwelahan, ila dyan na-grab. That's why they are called the autonomous learners because they are independent. Kabitang they are tend to be sila mag-motivate sa ila self na kaya na. That's why they are independent to grab the other opportunities. So that is the autonomous learner. So those are the 6 profiles of gifted learners. So in summary, I learned from these 6 profiles of gifted learners that we have different learners in our school. That's why we, as a future educator, we should be the one who lift their spirit to do good and to achieve their goals inside the classroom. Not just inside the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. We should be the one who feel nga bilong sila. Dapat we should be the one to let their self-esteem or boost their self-esteem. Kanang di nato sila dapat wish kanang na di nato sila yung di sila maka-feel nga kan bitaw lahi sila mo nang ang uban nga bata is kanang murag kanang na ma-isolate because they feel like they are not belong because of their giftedness. So that's why that's the essence of kanang na gifted learners, that we should be the one kanang as a teachers. It's important to understand this difference. We can provide the right kind of support for each learner and help them reach their full potential. So that's all. Thank you, ma'am.
At this moment, I am going to continue our report entitled Types, Characteristic, and Identification of a Gifted and a Talented Learners. So we can identify and recognize a talented or gifted learners from their young age. So I am going to tackle the different characteristic and developmental milestone of a child from the age of 1, between 1 and 2, 3 and 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and 5 and 6. So first, I am going to talk about the characteristic from different areas. There are 5 different areas that I am going to tackle. First, the cognitive, language, motor coordination, social interaction, and adaptiveness. So, a gifted and a talented child has a developmental milestone by the age of 1 in terms of cognitive. So first, it can follow moving object with eyes, recognizes differently among people, respond and imitate facial expression of others, and also it responds to a very simple direction. It can also put objects in or out in a container with intention. So in language, a gifted and a talented child by the age of 1 year old, it can recognize his name, say 2 or 3 words like mama or papa, and imitates familiar words. It can also understand simple instruction and recognizes words as symbol for object. For example, ball, circle, or a car, broom broom, or a cat that say meow, or a dog that says ow ow ow. So, in the motor coordination, a gifted and a talented child by the age of 1 can sit without support, can crawl, put self to a standing position, and stand unaided. By 1 year old, makasit, makacrawl, makalingkod nga without support, and also maka-walks with aid, with assistant of the parent or in the guardians. It can also rolls a ball or in an imitation of an adult. So in a fine motor, it also belongs to motor coordination. It can reaches, gaps, puts object in mouth by the age of 1. Picks things up and down, and transfer object from one place to another. And in a social interaction also, a gifted or a talented child by the age of 1 can smile spontaneously, can respond to differently to a stranger and to the familiar people around them. It can also pay attention to own a name. So, ug imo na siyang tawgon bibi sa idangan ingana maka-recognize na siya at the age of 1. And it also responds to know and copy a simple action of others. Imitates. Kasagaran dani sa bata nga by the age of 1 manundog mo imitate sila og ganang mga lihok nga ilang nakita around them. So in the adaptive domain or areas, a gifted and a talented child by the age of 1 year old can feed itself cracker, holds cup with hands, hawidtan sa duha ka kamot, and also it can holds arms and legs while being dressed. So, ug imo na siyang ilisan by the age of 1 kanang bataa musaka na na ilang kamot automatically or mungana na ilang tiil ug ay mga ilisan ilang dress. So that is the milestone or the developmental milestone of a gifted and a talented child by the age of 1. So we're going to move forward to the age between 1 and 2. So we could recognize or identify if gifted o talented na siya nga bata kay by the age of 2 sa isang cognitive areas or domain, it can imitate action and words of adult. So if sa 1 is mag-imitate ra siya og kanang nay action, sa age of between 1 and 2 maka-imitate na siya apil ang words. So manundog siya og unsay isulti sa mga dagko nga tao nga nas palibot sa bata. Maka-understand na po siya simple or familiar direction. Ibutang bidad to, darha ibutang ali-ali. Mo follow na siya og mga simple direction. And also mga commands. And also, mulok na siya mga storybook, picture, or adult naming or pointing familiar object. Maka-recognize, mo interested na siya mga picture, mga images, or visual nga mga maka-interest sa ilang mata. And also, maka-recognize na siya between sa usa ka tawo or for example, silang mama ug papa. Mailhan na siya og kinsa iyang mama, kani ag mama, kani ag papa. So, that are the example of a developmental milestone nga makita nato sa cognitive areas and also has a very limited attention span. It accomplishes primary learning through own exploration. Mag-explore na ni sila sugod sa ilang kagalingon or sa ilang kuan, magbuot-buotan sila kung sa ilang naka-interested nila. And for the language area, so a gifted or a talented child can understand no. Maka-understand na imo na siyang gujagon B, no. Automatically maka-understand na siya without confusing. Hala, ningon og no. So automatically murag di makasabot na ang isa ka bata. It can use also 10 to 20 words including names. Combines 2 words such as daddy, bye-bye, mama, yayay, ngana-ngana, mga names. Mahimo na sa isa ka gifted o talented child at the age of 1 to 2. So let's move forward for the age between 4 and 5. So a gifted and a talented child, sa nag-edad na sila og 4 to 5, between that age. So, sa cognitive, syempre, magduwa-duwa na gadyo ni sila. Cognitive, mag-play words, create own rhyming words, can says, mag-mugna na sila kanta, magsundog na sila kanta, kung unsay ilang kanang madunggan. So, for the language, sikadora na ni Day. Na makahimo na silang mga 4 to 5 sentences, nga mga words correctly, kanang mga past tense, nga na. And also, lang vocabulary is madugangan from 1,000 na to das niagi mahimo ng 1,500 words. And for their motor coordination, makalakaw na ni, forward, backward, ambak-ambak na ni, mawa na ni kalit kay mulaag na ni, halos di na ni muuli, makakuha na ni kagdanan, up and down. And for the social interaction pod, magbaybay na ni sila, makigduwa na ni sila, mag-ilis na ni, magduwa nga kanang muak na sila, kanang nag-dress up, mo-show na po na sila kanang interest, curiosity in exploring sex differences. Sa adaptiveness, makakat easily, for example, na niha sa adaptiveness, makakat easy foods with a knife. So, masaligan na nini mo gamay. Adyaran po ng anhaita, kaya hindi na malaslasan ang mga kamot. Or, sudsud na silang mga shoelaces. So, for the age between 5 and 6, danhi nga edad sa isa ka gifted o talented child sa cognitive nga area, maka-retail na sila story, kanang mga short nga story, makahinumdum na sila sa details, unsay climax na to, unsay problema na itong istorya, makahinumdum na sila. Sa language, sikador na ni as in, makahimo ni sentence, mga 5 to 6 words na, vocabulary danhi, mo 2,000 na, udas niyagi, mga 1,000 to 500 pag vocabulary, kani nga age is madaghan na. Kumpara dato, makailan na po siya og asa ni nabutang, sa top ba ni, sa bottom, sa side ba ni, sa beside, sa behind. And sa motor coordination, makadagandaga na ni, from between 5 and 6, wa na, di na ni uli. Maglaag-laag na ni, magkuan na ni, magkat-kat na ni mga shapes, maghaping-haping, mag-skip alternative, makakingking-kingking, ambak-ambak. Adyan po nang arang habuga. Sa social interaction, maka-choose na ni mga friend, makapila na siya nga, murag di mi kasinamot na ni kanirahong ubanan, kanirahong gusto nga i-friend ingana. And sa adaptive, makadress na ni completely. And kaning mga idara bitaw og kanang di rampod overprotective ag parent, maka-cross na ni karsada. Yes, from the age 5, between 5 and 6, maka-cross na ni sa mga street safety. Adyaron po nang arang daghanag ng tabok-tabok kay na simba ko. So, this kanang developmental milestone, no, mailhan jud nato og ang usa ka normal nga child og a gifted and talented child, no, kay a gifted og talented child bitaw kay mas more advanced siya kumpara sa kanang uban nga bata sa ilang mga milestones sa ilang development sa kinabuhi. Ma-witness og ma-recognize, ma-identify, halaka, uy, liningin bata kay gamay pagali ka mauna, twinkle one pay edad makabaw na siya, magsunog-sundog na ingana. So there are so much differences kung imong ikumpara ang usa ka normal sa gifted and talented child. So ikaw as a teacher, as a parent, from this kanang mga evidences, ma-recognize jud nimo og kani sidang bata kay na gift, kaning bata kay talented ni. Mas muda ko imong expectation na ning bata ug kanina siya ang mo progress o mudako sa magkaedad. So that's all my report that I can say. Thank you for listening and for the time.